Hey, hey there, everybody. This is RDNintendo with my first LP in a while. This is Kingdom Hearts 1. This is on the PS2, and this is generally what people refer to as the first really huge RPG crossover kind of thing. Not that there's really been anything like that since, but well, here we go. I know that the menu screen looks a little bit weird, just because of some brightness issue that my Dazzle has. I don't know why it has it just does. But whatever. I don't know too many places in the game where it's that bright. So I don't think that that'll be an issue for too long. Now, when I was I can't talk.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately.
When this LP was in conception for me, I was
like, is any of this for real?
What am I trying to say here?
Or not?
Oh yeah. I was just going to throw a video from that website that has Kingdom Hearts cutscenes. I was gonna just throw that at the beginning of the video because usually my PS2 just skips whenever I have to play CG. But for some reason it hasn't been doing that lately, so I'm just gonna let it run its course naturally, and hopefully I'm not jinxing it. And sorry if you don't want to hear me talk over this. That's kind of the whole point of an LP, actually. So, so if you want to see this without someone talking over it, I'm sure there's plenty of videos of that floating around on YouTube. Now, there's a lot of things in the beginning of this game that really turn people off from it. This opening was just one of them. It's so trippy, and it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, why do we have this love song playing in the intro of an action JRPG? Makes no sense. Well, it probably does make some sense. I just don't get it, though. Personally, I'm sure Nomura has reasons. Up until this day, because of the problem with the CG, I haven't been able to watch the secret ending. You know, the result of getting like 100% in this game. But I think that maybe since my PS2 is playing nice with the CG, I may actually be able to do that this time. So yeah, the guard protagonist here, Sora, he pretty much looks like the average JRPG protagonist. You know, spiky hair, fancy clothes and all. And there's birds flying underwater. Okay, well, it's just alright. I can dig it. Now, unfortunately for people who like to replay the Kingdom Hearts games, this game has unskippable cutscenes. So that's a bit of a downfall for replay value. Okay, so here we are in the first area of the game. It's never outwardly said what it is, but it's referred to, as far as I can tell, it's called Awakening. This is a world that's within subconscious that basically your actions in this is our tutorial here. Basically, left analog stick to move. Okay, so basically whatever you do here has some effects outside in the real world. In this part of the game, they're gonna ask us to pick one of these items and to sacrifice the other. Now, these have effects on your stats throughout the game. So you press circle jump, right? I don't know why, but whenever I go into a game like this, I go in thinking that X is going to be gone. But anyway, if you the sword, as you would expect, is based on offense. Oh yeah, and you use the L2 and R2 buttons to move the camera around. The staff, as you might expect, is based on magic, and the shield is based on I don't really know what to call that. I mean, I know it's defense, but it has other effects besides defense, so generally I call it the middle ground. Now, the choices that you make here, even though they're very early in the game, they're very crucial. Now, if you're a fan of things like God of War or Devil May Cry, the sword, which orients pretty much hack and slash gameplay, that's for you. If you're someone who prefers to use ranged attacks a lot, the staff might be for you. Now, the effects aren't too great, but they do determine how you'll do with various things very early in the game. So, I'm going to take the sword. Yes, that's Power Seek. And now we have to give up one thing, which hinders our ability in that area. By the end of by like level 100, your stats will pretty much be like, you know, they'll be pretty averaged out no matter what choices you make, but before that they'll impact it. The sword, like I just chose, that impacts attack mainly. You'll just have greater attack. By level 100, if you pick the staff, by level 100, you'll have 2 extra MP. Now, does it sound like a lot? That's actually pretty important in this game. And the shield, if I'm correct, you'll have 2 extra item slots by the end of the game. Depending on what kind of player you are, that's pretty important. So I'm going to ditch the shield mainly because I'm kind of I'm a sword staff kind of guy. I expected this to run me about 10 minutes, but looks like it's gonna be a little more than that. So, yeah, pretty much the theme of Awakening here is that each one of these little stages, if you will, has one of the Disney princesses on it. I don't know. I guess that's to represent the seven. I don't know if it's 7, but you know, just the pure hearts or what? Yeah, the pure hearts. I think that's a concept that we learn about later in the game. Okay, so we press X to attack, and for anyone who's a little bit anxious about getting into this game, you can think of this as Devil May Cry or God of War with RPG elements. Okay, so these guys are shadows, and I'll pull up a little. I guess I'll pull up a little statistics screen. Okay. So when enemies die, they leave items behind. Okay. Now those little green balls that you see, they restore HP. There's a shell behind us. Oh no, that's totally threatening. Yeah, use R1 to lock on. And I gotta say, I prefer the lock on this game way more over KH2. Generally with shadows, you just want to beat the crap out of them. They'll try melting into the ground like so, and that's a little bit of a pain in the ass, really. But it's not too long before they get up and you can just hit them again. I'll generally try and get behind you, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass, but But, you know, by the second world in the game, it's not really too big a deal. It's a door! So this is basically our icon for the game that says, hey, you can do something here. Oh, it's already running us past 10 minutes, great. Generally for the format of this game, for the format of this LP actually, I'm gonna try and, do like, how do I explain this? Basically, if a world ends in an episode, I'm not just gonna go on to the next world. I'm just gonna cut off the episode there and then start the next one in the next episode. So yeah, you know, we're supposed to keep beating up these innocent pieces of wood. Now, most people accept some big sap story about how this was a game from my childhood. It really wasn't, though. I mean, I knew it existed, but I really didn't get into this series until recently. Maybe like a year and a half ago. Now, going into this game, I should probably warn you, I'm not a master at this game. I'm not the guru. Okay, and here we have some more very important choices. We got 3 Final Fantasy characters, if you recognize them. This is Selphie of Final Fantasy VIII fame, standing right in front of us. This is Waka of Final Fantasy X, right here. And this is Titus, however you want to say it, Final Fantasy X. So, we talked to each of these people, and that they each have a question for us. You have 3 answers, and if you pick all the first answer, you'll level up very fast in the beginning of the game, but level up slower near the end. If you pick the middle, all middles, your leveling will be very steady throughout the game. But if you pick all third answers, then you start out pretty sluggish, but near the end of the game, your leveling just kind of like goes on steroids. Now, I like to keep it balanced. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick all middle answers here. No, don't hit Waka, talk to Waka. And the game's just gonna feed back to us what we said. Okay, come on. So, if you chose the wrong answer, you can always go back, but chose all the right answers. Well, there's really no right answer. It's just how you want to play the game. Everybody who plays this game is gonna have their own unique build for Sora. This is just how I do mine. Some of my friends like call Mr. Clown's shoes. I mean, just look at his shoes. That's kind of outrageous. Okay, so this. Oh no, it's just a shadow. Okay, I didn't hit towards a boss coming, did I? Okay, so the game's pretty much just throwing a mob at these, like, hey, kill these. Okay, that's good. So if you couldn't tell, this is really supposed to serve as like the tutorial level of the game, and I appreciate that because most RPGs really don't do that. All right, so we're just gonna knock these guys out, and then we're back to autumn, and then we're back to cutscenes. This right here, this is a save point. No, actually, you probably wouldn't have known that. Save points, and I appreciate this. They, upon stepping on them, they heal your MP and HP. MP is magic points, and HP is your health points. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and save on file 4 here. It's, as with most games, it takes a little longer to save when it's your first time saving on something. Oh, and, as for what I'm doing with this game, I'm probably going to 100% it. Oh great, we're boarding 15.5 minutes here, so guess we'll have to make it fast. Alright, before we get in this boss fight here, this boss's name is, Darkside. So, I guess I'll just flash up his bio right here in 3 seconds. Alright, so this guy looks like he should be scaring the shit out of you, right? Well, no. He's actually just kind of a pushover, really. I mean, he's a tutorial boss, though, so what can you really expect? So, looks like Darkside's having a bad hair day. Oh, look at me already. So basically, you're just gonna sit there and wail on his hand, and don't worry about taking damage. It's really not a big deal. He can't hurt you too much. You just want to sit there and wail on his hand, and in the process of wailing on his hand, you'll probably hit some shadows, which you know, the MP orbs that they drop, they'll probably just heal you anyway. So one piece of advice I can give for this game is it may be a little tedious sometimes, but kill everything in sight, pretty much. You will need the XP if you're not too big on like hack and slash games. Okay, so yeah, so we just killed Darkseid. He is a total pushover. Nothing to him really. Just keep wailing on his hand. Now, don't let that turn you off. A lot of bosses later in this game require much more strategy. Of course, there are some who are just kind of hack and slash. Then we have this text that looks like King straight up a creepy paste it. Oh no! Okay, so we're going to probably gonna end it off here. As soon as the game feels like okay. So here we are at Destiny Islands. I'm going to end things off here. So, see you guys.